So my name's Carson Knuth. I'm one of the owners of Rogue. Rogue is an esports team. We have maybe around 70,000 Twitter followers, and we have, I don't know, somewhere around 100,000, 150,000 total followers across all of our platforms. We have teams in, I think, 6 games right now, maybe 7. I need to count, but and we're most well known for our Overwatch team, which is the best Western Overwatch team. So it just depends on what games you're in, obviously. Running, something like CS:GO or League of Legends is going to cost you a lot more money than running something like Rocket League, right? So it depends on which games you really want to invest into. We have opportunities to sign players that cost $25,000 or $30,000 a month each, whereas we have teams that don't cost that amount of money throughout the entire year. So it just depends on what budget you're looking at, starting with, and trying to use that money wisely in order to maximize your investment. So it's not a simple answer, I guess you would say. For us, we look at spending probably $2 million this year, maybe $1.5 million for our teams. It depends on tournament winnings. Obviously, it goes up a lot more with tournament winnings. This year, we hope to be around $500,000 to $600,000 in revenue, and then with the next 2 years, doubling and tripling that easily. So it's a long-term play in esports. I think it's a loss leader. You put in money, and then you hope to get the return over like 3 or 4 years. So. We sort of looked at the landscape of esports about a year and a half ago, and we sort of thought it was one of the last opportunities to get in with limited, investment in the beginning. So we sort of picked our game that we wanted to, go with, which was Overwatch. We knew it was a new game coming out, so the opportunity to launch a new brand with a new game really sort of was able to maximize our investment. With a new team and a new game, you really are looking at a new fan base, and so we were able to maximize having that new fan base and energize this brand, and we've built off of that. Well, Steve Aoki is one of the most well-known DJs in the world, and he brings a lot of fame and a lot of notoriety and a lot of fans. Steve has millions and millions of fans. He performs almost every day across the world. Steve obviously has a wide social media presence, and so he's very active about promoting our brand on social media. He likes to do content with us, create content like that he can promote via his social media and via our social media. Anytime we have players in town, if he has concerts, they can go to the concerts. Guests can come in, to the concerts. Steve is also extremely passionate about introducing us to other people in his industry that are, interested in video games. And then one of the really cool things is Steve owns his own record label, and it's called Dimmock. And he has a music label there called New Noise, and it's free to use music for streamers and people like that to play. And so we're able to use all of these Dimmock artists in our content to promote his brand as well, but also ours. So we have access to a lot of music for our content that isn't just the same recycled stuff over and over again. For me, it's always about where can you maximize your money you're going to put into the game. So if you have millions and millions of dollars to spend, do it in the game that's going to, League of Legends or Counter-Strike, where you can spend that money in one season, But if you have a smaller investment, figure out which community you can engage the best to grow your fan base. So, look and see how games develop and how the players are as people and how they are as potential ambassadors of your brand, and sort of make that decision based on those, I would say. So for Vainglory, they have a league, a franchise league, and so that was one of the big things we looked at. So the investment that we put into Vainglory is going to be matched, way more by the game developer. The support will go into the game or into the teams to support their league. So what we're able to do with the league balances out any money we would pay, initially. And so I think it really sort of entices larger brands such as like Fnatic and a lot of the North American brands like TSM and Cloud9 to get involved and get teams in Vainglory because of the potential to maximize their return on their investment. Now with H1Z1, it's a bit of a different game. It's extremely popular on Twitch and has been viewed exceptionally well. And we knew there were a couple tournaments coming up, and so that was the reason why we got into the team. And when we had the opportunity to sort of pick up the best team in the world, it's hard to say no to that as well. So. Yeah, I mean, we're interested in all the franchises we can possibly obtain. We think it's an integral part to the growth of the esports, I think, as a future. Being able to ensure your investment is sound into games and make sure that people are familiar with the same brands over and over again. They don't have to refamiliarize themselves with a different team every single split or something like that. So yeah, we're extremely bullish on the opportunity to have franchises, and we're exploring both League of Legends and Overwatch League currently. I mean, I think our prospects are pretty good. I mean, I feel pretty strongly about where we're going. We just had closed a couple $1 million round of investment, and so depending on how a few franchise things go, we may have to go get a few million more. But we have some people that are committed to make us pretty successful in esports, and we look forward to being one of the top 10 brands in the world. So.